Hey everyone, it's Lissette here and welcome back to another video on my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified on when I upload. So for this video, I wanted to do a set of nails, and prior to this, I did want to mention just how I add my tips to these these hands. This is the Ready Wanna Practice hand, and I know a couple of you had asked me how I put them in or them stay in put, and literally I just take the nail and shove it right up in there and it stays perfectly fine. I know she has this thing, and I know a couple of people have bought it where they used primer prior to adding these tips inside, but I've never had a problem with them staying put, so I just leave it just like that. And I did get these tips off of her website, and each finger does come with a specific size, and you only get those sizes. Now for the thumb, I haven't been using the thumb lately because, as you can see, it does have a little rip, and I'm just afraid to mess it up even more. So I am going to have to get a little bit of silicone and fix that. I know on her website she shows how to fix it and just make it, look brand new. So for this set of nails, I wanted to do this really cool design that I seen on Instagram, and I actually found the YouTube video for it. It's a quick little video, but the way that it was done, it just looks so cool. Obviously, I don't have any of the products that this particular person used, and her name is, or I don't know if it's the name of the company, but Joya Mia. I will leave the link down below to the video, but it's like this really cool crocodile nails. She uses like this metallic chrome polish with some jelly yellow and green color. I don't have none of that, so like I said, I am going to improvise. So right now all I'm doing is I'm going in and I am buffing the surface of the nails just to make it a little rougher so the gel and the tip can stick to it. And I'm just adding the tips, and I'm making sure I'm measuring it from sidewall to sidewall, making sure it covers that whole entire free edge before gluing it down. All of the products that I am going to be using today, I will leave it on my Amazon storefront so it's easier for you guys just to see what I have and purchase what you need or what you like. From there, I'm going in once again with my 180 grit hand file, and this is where I start buffing the surface of that tip section and blending it into the nail bed. So I'm starting off by using IBD hard gel, and I am going to add this to all of the nails. I'm adding a very thin layer, and then I will be curing this for 60 seconds in my LED UV nail lamp. Now, since I am going to be encapsulating these nails, I don't end up building this product just yet. I will end up going back to the pinky nail as well as the pointer and then building those products up with this gel. But as far as the ring and the middle nail, I ended up leaving it just like this. After I've cured it, I went back in and built up a little bit of the structure for this pinky nail as well as the index nail. Now, I originally wasn't going to have these nails encapsulated, but towards the ends, I do end up adding more gel on top of the design because I just thought it just looked so much better when it was encapsulated. So that's why at this point is why I am building up the apex for both this pinky as well as the index nail. So after I finished the pinky, I did flash cure it for 30 seconds, and then I did move on to the index nail. For both the ring and the middle nail, I'm gonna come in with Mia Secrets Forma Gel in the Cover Tan, and I'm like in love with this color. So I am going to do a smile line to both of these nails. Now, in the original design, she did do the crocodile design just straight across all over the all of the 4 nails, but I decided just to change it up a little bit, and I wanted to add both these smile lines to the ring finger as well as the middle nail. So when I do this, I do this in sections. I add a thin layer first, and then I build it up little by little. I do flash cure it in between here and there, but I just really want to get a better smile line so I have less filing to do later on. So when doing this process, I like to focus around that smile line, that extended nail bed, making sure the smile line is somewhat close to the shape that I want. And I don't really focus around that cuticle section. After I cure it, that's when I come back, and that's when I really start focusing around that cuticle section, making sure I'm getting up close, and then I start building a slight arch or thickness to it, because once I file it, I don't want to have to go back and add more products because it's too thin. After my extended nail beds are fully built, I go in with some alcohol and a lint-free wipe, and I start cleaning the surface of these nails, and I end up cleaning the surface of the pinky as well as the pointer nail. And then I'm going to go in with my 180 grit hand file, and this is where I start filing the sidewalls, the free edge, and over the surface to smooth it over, because we are going to be applying gel polish on top of this. When it comes to the middle nail as well as the ring finger, this is where I start focusing around that smile line, making sure it has a crisp, sharp wall, because once again we are going to be adding gel polish to these nails as well, and it is going to be pushed right up against that smile line. The reason why I file on top of these nails as well is because I want to see what that smile line looks like. If you get some of that bulk off the surface, you'll be able to see how crisp that smile line is, and then you can see where you need to file more or less. I did go ahead and remove the dust off of these nails. Now I'm gonna go in with Mia Secret's Perfect Black and apply this to all of the nails. When it came to those two smile lines, I did go ahead and go in with a detail brush because I really wanted to make sure it was up against that wall and up in those side corners. After I painted all of the nails, I did fully cure it for a full 60 seconds. If I got paint on top of the nail like here, it doesn't really matter because that's easily going to be filed off at the end to reveal that sharp smile line. After they're all cured, I'm going in with some alcohol and fully removing that sticky layer from these nails. I want these nails to be dry and have like no tack to them whatsoever. I'm going to be using Pretty Diva's No Wipe top coat, and this is going to be how I'm going to be doing this crocodile design. So I am going to use a dotting tool, and I don't know if you could kind of see it. It was hard to see, but I'm going to be using that dotting tool to create little bubbles, I will call it. So I'm going right down the center, making a row and like just lines of little bubbles down that center. I do flash cure it, and then I flip the dotting tool to the smaller bead part, and then I do smaller dots along the sides. I do flash cure in between because I don't want to mess this up, but this is basically it, and this I'm going to use with chrome powder to make that crocodile effect. This is what the nail looks like. I think it came out pretty cool, and I was like super happy with it. So I know when Joya Mia did hers, she actually had like this liquid mirror chrome polish. So like I said, I did not have that, so I was trying to think of something else, and I thought of using the chrome powder, so that's why I ended up going in with this no wipe top coat. But I ended up doing these same steps to all of the nails, and then I just cured it. I decided to go in and use this chameleon chrome powder that's like a green and it shimmers to a purple, and then I also took out this gold. So I ended up taking out the gold mirror chrome powder and I started to do it down the center of the nail, and then I ended up taking the green one and I laid it along the sides of the gold. After I did that, I ended up rubbing it all in together so it kind of like blended in, but I think it gave it a really cool effect. When they did this on Joya Mia's the channel, the video, they had a polish, a clear jelly polish using a yellow and like a orangey tint to it, and then they added like some kind of black on the sides. I don't know what it was, but this is my version of it, and I think it ended up coming out kinds of close, not exact colors, but I was happy with it. After I did all of the nails, I removed the dust, and then I'm going to start encapsulating both those smile line nails. Now, after I encapsulated this, I'm actually using IBD clear hard gel. After I encapsulated this, I was like so in love with how it looked under encapsulation that I decided to do it to the pinky as well as the pointer nail. Like, look at how good that looks compared to the other one. It just looks so good. I was just gonna do regular gel clear top coat on the full cover crocodile nails, but I ended up deciding to just go in and encapsulate them, and I'm super happy that I did that. But after I do one nail, I flash cure it for 30 seconds, and then I move on to the next nail and I continue encapsulating until they're all complete. After that, I'm cleaning off the surface once again with some alcohol and a lint-free wipe, removing that sticky layer. Then I'm going to go in with my 100-180 grit hand file, and this is where I start hand filing the sidewalls and that free edge and over the surface. Now, when it came to the surface of this particular nail, I was a little worried and I didn't go too into filing it too much because I was afraid that I was going to file off all of the clear and just hit the design. I didn't really add too much builder gel to the full cover nails, so that's why I just went in and I felt it a little bit. When it came to these other two nails, this is where I really went in and I made sure that smile line, all that gel polish that went on top of that smile line ended up disappearing, and I made it look really crisp and sharp and just sleek. After filing, I noticed that I filed off a little bit too much on that pinky, so this is just me adding a little bit of that gold back to that tip. So from here, this is where I start buffing it, and I do end up buffing around that tip section on the pinky nail just to make sure that I don't file any more off. For top coat, I'm using Nail Addict's No Wipe top coat, and I was so in love with how they looked after I top coated it. When it came to this particular nail, I noticed, you can see it here, there was like a little bubble, and I knew that was gonna drive me bonkers. Like, I couldn't just let it go. So I ended up going in, curing it, and then I went back in and I filed that hole just to open it. I was planning on filling it in with some more of that pink and seeing if I could blend it in, but then I realized I could easily just add a stone right there. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up going in and finishing top coating all of these nails, and then for those two middle nails, I did go ahead and use Macart's Rhinestone Thick Glue, and I covered that hole, and then I just added a green stone, and I did the same thing with the other nail, and then I did cure it again for 60 seconds. And this is what they look like. I am super happy and proud of them. It was kind of hard trying to show you guys the full effect of how the color changes with that chrome color changing pigment powder. But I was chameleon powder, it's called actually. I am super happy with how this came out. Let me know what you guys think of this and if you would even try to attempt this. As always, thank you everyone for taking time out to watch this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media accounts, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next one.